Hey up, it's Steve from the Old Yorkshire Geek, and it's Last of Us Season 1 review time. This is episode 4. Please hold to my hand. It's a peculiar title, isn't it? This is my least favourite episode of the season so far. We started off great with episode 1. Episode 2 I thought was slightly better. Episode 3 I thought were amazing. Don't get me, I did. Never mind the agenda behind it. It was just a great story. This one, it seems a bit more fillery, a bit more Walking Dead. But anyway, we'll go into it. So let's get the episode up. There we go. Start off with the HBO shenanigans. It's going to go a bloody frame at a time, isn't it? Tell you. There we go. Anyway, we start off with the credits. This is a short episode, but I think it's the shortest one so far, 45 minutes. But, thankfully, I didn't, it was okay, but I wasn't blown away by it. Oh, there we go. Music by Gustavo, for God's sake, Santa Olala, or Santa Oyala, or Laya, I don't know. I can never remember his name. I'll just call him Gustavo, and he's Argentinian. Right. So... oh, there we go. I've just noticed that's a body, isn't it? With the mouth open and the nose covered in the fungus. Scary stuff. But we don't see any infected in this episode, I don't think. There's a hint that there might be some coming up. But anyway. Right. So we start off, there's Ellie, played by Bella Ramsey. Remember, she found a gun in a drawer at Frank and Bill's house. So she stashed it in her pack, and now she's practicing with it, a bit like a kid. I was expecting her to shoot the mirror, but thankfully she doesn't. So that's that. There you go, she's checking the gun. She seems to know what she's doing with the gun, to be honest. Which is good. Oh, directed by Jeremy Webb. Great sets again, by the way, as usual. The distressed look for everything is very well done. Very like the game, very green. There she is again, checking the gun. And then we find her at a gas station, as we say in the UK, a petrol station. But they're at a gas station, and they're filling up. Obviously, the pumps aren't working, so he's siphoning petrol from the other vehicles. And Ellie finds this amazing for some reason. So he tries to explain it in scientific terms that he doesn't understand, and she cottons onto him pretty quick. So he says it works. I know it works. I don't know how, but it just does. So they fill up. Oh, she's found a book about puns called No Pun Intended. So all through the episode she's doing puns, which is quite amusing. But Joel won't laugh at them, but he does eventually. And to be honest, don't ask me, I can't remember any of them, apart from the last one, but we'll get to that. The one about a scarecrow, that I wasn't remember. Why did the scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field, and Joel knew that one. Anyway, they set off again. As you can see, they're in a wide open space, so they're in the Midwest now, in the the plains, I suppose you call it. No mountains. And as we find out, they end up in Kansas City. So that's in Missouri, isn't it? Why is Kansas City in Missouri? Americans, explain to me. Did it used to be in Kansas and they moved it? Or they moved the state lines or whatever? I don't know. Or is it just a coincidence that there's a Kansas City in Missouri next door to Kansas State? I don't know. I don't know my American history. Anyway, so they're driving along. I don't know what she's looking at there. I can't remember. It's not important. I don't know why she's sitting in the back, to be honest. She finds a... it's going to open it up. There you go. Is it called Bear Man or something? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, it's not a gentleman's... Well, it is a gentleman's... adult literature, but for gentlemen that like other gentlemen. So this was probably Bill's, who we found out in the last episode. Turned out to be gay. Thankfully, Frank was gay as well. Lucky for them. But she throws it out. She throws the magazine out of the car. I don't know there she goes. I don't know what that's supposed to symbolise. Because she seems interested at first, but then she just throws it out. So does this mean they're either tossing out the LGBTQ stuff that they did last episode, or, which I think is more likely, they're setting up that Ellie's not into men, which we're probably going to see later in the series. Because remember, in the game there was a DLC, wasn't there, with the flashback episode where she had a girlfriend. Anyway, so here we go. They're passing what's that? They're passing. It's like an amusement park with a big roller coaster that's all overgrown. It's like cool effects. And we see there you go. More coolness. It just looks really good, doesn't it? It looks really believable. An abandoned world, or a world that's been left to rack and ruin. By the way, like the Last of Us screensaver. It's a bit reminiscent of Bill and Frank's window, isn't it? With the curtains slowly moving. Right, where were we? So they're going over this bridge. They go past like a train, a railway bridge that's all collapsed, and that looks cool. All these containers just left. So they're heading out. Oh, hills! I thought they were in the Midwest, not supposed to be hills. Right. All right, I've missed the railway bridge. Typical. I wanted you to see that. I wanted to pass. Oh, she asks about will she see a tank. He says, yeah, you'll see tanks and all sorts of things. There we go. So we see lots of abandoned military vehicles, including a tank, and Humvees and all sorts of stuff, and trucks. Where's this railway bridge? Oh, there it is. There you go. There's the railway bridge. And a train that's hanging off it. So, did it collapse as the train approached, or just after the train got by? I don't know. But why did it collapse? Or has it collapsed? Did the train just stop there and it's collapsed in the intervening years? Who knows? There's a whole story there, isn't there? And there's why is there no light on top of that light pole? Should be a thing there, shouldn't there, for a light? Anyway, Joel decides to pull over. So they camp out for the night. So rather than just pulling over the side of the road, he pulls off into a forest and drive way into the forest, out of the way, so that no people can find them. Because Ellie asks about, the infected, and he says, no, they're too remote to really come across an infected. I suppose they could, technically, but it's unlikely. He says they're more likely to come across other people, and they're more dangerous in a lot of ways. So he won't let her light a fire. They've got a little camping stove that they're using to heat up some. I think he said 10-year-old tinned ravioli. I think that's what they're eating. And she says it's really nice. If you want to have a look in my pantry, I found a tin not that long ago that were about 3 years out of date. But that went in the bin. I didn't eat it. I didn't. Where were we? She asked why they can't light a fire, and he sort of like looks at her, and she went, yes, it might attract, other people. Or does she might say hunters, I'm not sure, but it might attract other people, which they don't want. Because they're trying to get to Montana, I think it's Montana, isn't it? Where Tommy is his brother. She asked him about his brother earlier. And he told her all about that Tommy was a joiner. He joined up for Desert Storm, which were that was the 90s, wasn't it? The invasion of Kuwait and all that. And then he later joined the Fireflies and then left the Fireflies. And the last he heard, he were in Montana. So anyway, so they bed down for the night. And she does another pun. I think this is where she does the scarecrow one. Anyway, they bed down. And Joel can't sleep. He says they need to get, so it says they're going to sleep through, going to sleep tonight, get a good night's sleep, and then drive all the way through to get to Montana or whatever. But once Ellie gets to sleep, he gets up straight away, and we see him standing guard. In a minute. I think we're seeing it there. We're going to pan across to see Joel. He's still waiting. He does get up. Honest. Not like there he is. Ellie's asleep. And I'm not a camping person. The closest I've been to camping is I slept in an awning at the side of a caravan once. And that kind of put me off camping because I woke up in the morning. The inside of it were all just full of, daddy long legs, bugs. Mayflies, crane flies, that sort of thing. I don't know what they were, but they were horrible. So that kind of put me off camping. I'm not a bug person. Anyway, so there he's standing guard. So he gets no sleep. Next morning, he's making coffee. Ellie doesn't like the smell of it. She's obviously never had coffee. But he's making up a flask. So they set off again. We see Joel drinking from his flask of coffee. She says it smells like poo, basically, that's what she said. She's been the map reader. It's where we learn they're coming into Kansas, and they find the road blocked. This might be where it's telling her about Tommy, I can't remember. There we go, they find the road blocked, so Joel goes and checks. There's like a tunnel that they have to go through, and there's a big truck that's looks as though it's jackknifed. Block the tunnel. There we go. They can't get through. So they go around. I thought it was going to be this part of the game. I played the game once, and I can't remember all of it, but I do remember there's part of a game where you go. I think it's through a tunnel. There's all water and there's all clickers in there. You have to be really quiet. I thought they were going to do that, but they didn't. So they go around, but they end up in the city. And basically they're lost. Ellie's lost on the map. She's not sure where they are. They're kind of arguing a little bit more bad language. Anyway, they're going down an alley, and then we see a pile of burned bodies. Anyway, they go down an alley, and they see a man. He says, "Put your seatbelt on." They see a man asking for help. She says, "Are we going to help him?" He says, "No." So Joel guns it, and then they throw a big breeze block, and it smashes the windscreen, and then starts shooting at him. So it crashes the truck through a window into looks like a storefront or something. So they get out of the truck, and they're being shot at. Joel gets his rifle out and returns fire. Sees a hole in the wall and tells Ellie to go for the hole in the wall. Obviously he's going to draw their fire. Because remember, she's super important. She's the key to everything, is Ellie. So she does that. She dives through the hole in the wall. He shoots one of their attackers. There's two of them. There's three, we find out. There's two of them at the moment. He shoots one of them, and the other one, says, "Yeah, you killed my whatever brother or whatever, or friend." But they're trying to kill them, aren't they? Anyway, so Ellie gets through the hole. She's hiding in the next room. I think Joel takes care of the other one that's shooting at them. But then there we go. But then another one appears. Joel doesn't hear. There's a second one. Oh, his gun. That's it. His gun jams. Then another one comes through the door, and they start fighting. He's got a gun, but Joel, knocks it away from him, and so they start fighting. He starts throttling Joel with his rifle. So Ellie comes in with the pistol, shoots this chap in the back, so he's injured, and then he starts, pleading for his life. And for some reason, I don't know why, but obviously he's not in his right mind because he's being shot. But he gives him a knife. He says, "Here, take my knife. It's a good knife, but don't hurt me." So Joel kills him with the knife. He sends Ellie back through the hole into the other room, and we just hear him kill him with the knife. So that's what happens there. So they're in this. They decide to go and find a way out. I presume they've got to find another vehicle, but they don't say that. And they don't even stock up on their provisions. They've got all the stuff in the back of the van, back of the truck. But Joel don't grab anything. You'd think he'd be grabbing a pack full of food and ammo and stuff, wouldn't you? But no, he doesn't. All we've got is Ellie's pack. Anyway, so they set off. And then I think we're going to meet a new character soon. It's either avoiding... there's the gunfire, I think's drawn other people from the city. They're not fireflies that we learn, and they're not is it Fedra? They're not them either. They're just another group of people, a bit like The Walking Dead. Like they kept coming across people that had formed communities and stuff. It's like that. And here we go. I think we're going to meet one of them now. Yeah, we're going to meet one. She's called Kathleen, and I wasn't over impressed, to be honest. She's talking to this chap, who I do believe is John Getz. If you follow my channel, you may remember that last Friday I did Friday Night Appointment with Fear. I did The Fly and The Fly 2. John Getz is in both of them. He plays Stathis Barnes, or Borns, or however you pronounce it. But I believe this is John Getz, who's playing a doctor. She's interrogating him. It looks as though he's been beaten up and stuff. And she's looking for somebody called Henry. Don't know who Henry is. Is he in the game? I don't know. I can't remember. But she's asking, and as I said, she's a very Walking Dead type character to me. But she looks like she's a soccer mom look, but we find out, she's ruthless, as they always are. But she's asking him questions, but he says he doesn't know the answers. Says he's a doctor, she can use him and all that. But then she hears a commotion outside. There you go, she threatens to shoot him, and then she hears a commotion outside, and she goes out, and people, her men have brought back the people that attacked Joel and Ellie. He's dead. The other one is, badly injured, and or he might be the one that's not dead and badly. I don't know, but one of them's dead and one of them's dying. And the man who's tending to him says, because Kathleen asks, should I get a doctor? Remember, the other chap's a doctor that she was interrogating. And the fella says, no, there's nothing you can do. So she just goes back in to where the doctor is and just shoots him. There you go. Goes in there, gets a gun out. Bang. There you go. So that's the end of that doctor. So he didn't have a big role, did he? Did John Getz? Never mind. At least he didn't get his hand melted by fly vomit, did he? Right, so she tells her people to go out and find them. So they go searching all the places where people live, and but Joel and Ellie are in a shop. So Joel says that they're searching, the what's the word? Anyway, where people live, and then they'll get round to the other buildings. So they've got to move. There you go, that's them doing that. Oh, she says, kill anybody who, gets in their way or whatever. That's so they're a ruthless group. So they decide they've got to go to this big building. There's a tall building where Joel can get the lay of the land. So they decided to go for that. Joel tells her about. Says he don't thank her for saving his life, but he says he understands what it's like. The first time you harm somebody is not easy. And then she says it's not the first time. So I don't know if she means she's killed somebody before, or if she's talking about what she did in the last episode with the infected person that she killed with the knife. I don't know if she means that. We will see. Maybe they'll do a DLC episode where it shows her in the past. But anyway, she does tear up. Obviously, it's not easy hurting somebody. Hopefully we never have to do that. Right, so he gives her the gun back. He took the gun off her earlier on. He gives her it back and shows her how to use it properly. So she's going to put it in a belt buckle thing round the back. And he says, "Don't do that. You'll shoot your ass off." So put it in your pack. So she does that. So then what? So they're waiting till night time, and they're going to head for that tall building. This is Kathleen, being evil soccer mom. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm not bothered. It was very, to be honest, it was quite a dull episode for me. One of her lieutenants, this chap, who seems to know what he's doing. He seems a pretty gruff, tough fella. I don't know why they're taking orders from her. I don't know. You think he'd be in charge or somebody tougher, but she's obviously got an aura about her. He takes her up to an attic space, and they find that there's somebody's been there. There's empty tins of food, and there's drawings of superheroes. By the way, apparently this fella voiced Tommy in the game, apparently. Only know that because I watched Angry Joe's review of this episode this morning. But apparently he voiced Tommy in the game. But Tommy is played by Diego Luna in this series. Got Diego Luna and Pedro Pascal playing people called Miller. Don't make a lot of sense, does it? Anyway, whatever. So she goes up. She finds that somebody's been up there. It's obviously this Henry fella, and then she's drawings of superheroes all over. I think there's Henry, and I think there's a boy called Sam, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But they've obviously been there, and then he finds this other room, and they go in, and the floor's all moving. I'm going to see it. There you go. I'm going to show the... never mind. The floor's all moving. It's like undulating. So there's something underneath there. Is it some weird infected thing or a weird fungus? Whatever. I don't know. Because they get out and lock the door. Then what? I think then we go back to Joel and Ellie. Yep. They get to this building. She gets in through this little window. Then she opens this door to let Joel in. Joel in. Sorry, I went all... yeah. Anyway, so they get inside. Dolly Parton. That's what I was... never mind. So they get inside and they have to go up lots of stairs. Because obviously the elevators aren't working. I think 40 flights of stairs they have to go up or something. So they set off up there. But they don't go all the way because they decide they're going to bed down for the night. So they get into a room, barricade the door, and he sprinkles broken glass all round where the doorway. He says, "What are you doing that for?" She says, "So I can hear people coming." And she says, "Are you sure you'll hear them?" He says, "Yes, of course I will." And then she does her last joke, pun, should I say. She said, "Did you know diarrhea's hereditary?" He said, "No." And she says, "It runs in your genes." And then Joel starts laughing. They both have a giggling fit, which are quite funny. I must admit, I did giggle as well. Because there's nothing like a good diarrhea joke. But this is him sprinkling the stuff. But they settle down, and then obviously he falls asleep, and then Ellie wakes him up. She said, Joel. So obviously he didn't hear somebody coming, and there's somebody there pointing a gun at him, and it's a young kid who I think is this Sam character. I could be wrong. I mean, it might say. Does it say Sam? Hang on, let's have a look. There's a Henry. His younger brother Sam. Yes, there's a Henry and Sam. Yeah. In the first game, Henry is played by Brandon Scott, and his scenes take place in Pittsburgh. Yeah, because in the game they're in Pittsburgh, but in the film they're in Kansas City. Anyway, where were we? Right. So he wakes up and we find Sam pointing a gun at him, and this is where she's telling him the diarrhea joke. They're giggling. They've gone too far now. Look. For pity's sake. Hang on, see, I haven't gone far enough. I thought we were going to hit the credits. But then he wakes up to hear Ellie shouting at him, telling him to wake up. And then we see Sam pointing a gun at him. And we know this is the people that Kathleen are looking for. Because remember the superhero drawings? Forget there. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Oh, God. That's obviously Sam. I think we did see Henry in the background. He's got a gun as well, obviously. But we see Sam's got this paint over his eyes to make him look like a superhero. So he were obviously there. He's responsible for those drawings. And then the episode ends. So that's it. That's it for Please Hold to My Hand. I wasn't over impressed with this episode. It was a bit too Walking Dead for me. I mean, this bit here with Henry and Sam is reminiscent of the very first season of Walking Dead with I can't remember the name of the character whose son ended up dying, didn't he? But this is Sam's Henry's younger brother. But yeah, there were no infected apart from we saw that bit of floor moving. But yeah. We'll see what happens. It were okay though. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was rubbish or anything like that. It were okay, but not up to the standards of the first 3 episodes. Some good scenery. I did like the scenery they were driving through. Everything overgrown and everything. It all looks good. That's all really well done. And we got a little bit of backstory to Tommy, and we learned that Ellie's killed before. Or did she just mean the infected person she killed in the last episode? Don't know. But anyway, I suppose we're gonna be on the run from Kathleen and her mob for a while. I don't know how long that's going to take. Are we ever going to get to Montana? But right, so we'll leave it there. That's the end of that episode. There you go, just to prove it. The credits. So that's the end of that episode. It were okay. It were nothing to write home about. It were a filler episode. It's leading to something else, isn't it? That's what it's doing. So, yeah, what can I say? What would I give this one? I don't know, 6 out of 10. It was just like above average, I wasn't impressed, to be honest, apart from the scenery. That's the only thing that impressed me. And the ruined city, that were well done. They were driving through alleyways and stuff. But I suppose Kansas City might have more famous roads that they could have, CG'd to look, done in, apart from just, random alleys with detritus littering it. But anyway, never mind, that's whatever. 6 out of 10, that's what I'm giving this episode. Next week's episode is called, I will tell you, Endure and Survive. So they've obviously got to endure and survive Kathleen. Will it be over with next week? Will they get out of Kansas City? Because episode 6 is called Kin. So does that mean he catches up with Tommy, or is it something else? I don't know. But right, we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. Wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say thee.